the lower finisher in the tournament, starts the match. Dennis Horan wants to finish first on the left-hand line.
Okay. Brian Voss. Now we get acquainted with Dennis Horan of San Diego, California. Grew up in San Jose, in the northern part. His best thus far this year was 10th in the Johnny Petraglia. And the newly installed championship pair are kind to this left-hander.
Boy, he just starts with a beautiful opening shot. He has a nice arm swing. He's a good inside player, and he plays a pretty wide hook. Watch how he kind of wraps the ball behind his back, which is fine if you're going to give it plenty of room. He comes back inside out, makes an excellent first shot, stays down with it, stays with the ball. Perfection at the back end. Look at that. Only one round out of the 42 games, and that was the third round of qualifying, was he out of the lead. Last night he showed his mettle in the championship game, the 42nd game. He had to perform, and he did it. He was very confident, and opening against Voss with a double is an excellent start for Dennis Horan, our tournament leader. Now the beef.
Dennis Horan shielding his eyes. He wanted no part of that view, which tied up the championship match.
The tournament leader, 4 wins, 6 losses this year in 10 match play competitions. Voss already qualified for the General Tire Tournament Champion Series 3 weeks from today. Horan trying to win his first.
Sneak a peek at the last moment, and what he saw was Brian Voss's three-bagger.
Well, Voss's best asset is his physical strength, and there he proved it. He kind of muscled the ball into the 1-3 pocket and got a break tripping out the 4 and 9. Now here's more of a finesse player, Dennis Horan, as you see the 25-second clock ticking off.
Still even after 3 frames in the championship. A smile across the face of Brian Voss. This is a non-winner in Dennis Horan, yet he's 16 regional titles.
Dennis Horan, he locks and loads, gets a good explosion point, and then nothing but pin shrapnel left.
Perfection in the championship game of the Splitfire Spark Plug Open in Erie. A break and then we'll resume.
Combine the world's top athletes, 8 grueling events, and a splash of Hawaii, and you've got the recipe for the Jeep Superstars. Sunday on ABC.
Supervising a lot of work as manager of the Erie Civic Center was this man, Casey Wells. And backing Brian Voss. Brian Voss, who is trailing by 10. He has 3 strikes. His opponent, Dennis Horan, has 4.
Well, Brian's got control over the orchestra, and let's see if he can keep control over his bowling ball, as both players have perfect in the championship match. Voss starting with 3 in a row, tournament leader Dennis Horan with 4 in a row. This to stay even.
Eight strikes.
You know, when a great player gets a strike, it's not necessarily a 100% shot. They keep it in play, they get it around the pocket. On that particular shot, Voss under control just caught it all. Nothing can stand That was perfection from the time it left his hand to the final result. They're all even through 4 frames.
He's been re-popped on his fingers.
5 in a row and a 10-pin lead. 4 in a row, shooting in the 5th frame. 28-year-old Dennis Horan, whose wife Terry is here, and his mom and dad Clara and Dennis.
That's
10 strikes in the title game. There is Terry, Dennis's wife, and Mom and Pop, who sponsor Dennis on tour. You get a look at them. Happy Easter or a holiday. Great time of the year. Spring is sprung in Erie.
Professional Bowlers Tour is the greatest training ground for bowling in the world, and these players are proving it as Brian Voss takes the 14-foot approach. Hopefully that shoelace won't get caught under his foot.
Look out, True Value. We're on the way to 2 perfect games, but we've only reached the halfway point. Should they? $100,000 to each. And a roll-off.
He made it 7 in a row. I think BB was pointing at Dennis Horan and saying he's got 7 and Horan's got 6.
And you saw it, a 7-pin.
Just a little wide. The 4-pin just love taps the 7. Not enough impetus to knock it over. Concentrate on that spare, Dennis. You're still in the match, bud.
Exhale. Get a breather now. Just between shots as Brian Voss moves over the right side. Brian taking his ball in hand, Bo, and going to work.
Probably going to check the tape, move something out. He's going to sand some of the finger holes, get a little more lift on the ball. He might have had it slip out of it just a little bit. The great feel is so important.
Voss. Two lonely pins, a 7 for Horan, a 9 for Voss. And now the battle is on for the Splitfire Spark Plug Open.
Voss just catches it all in the right-hand lane. The ball just overpowers the pins. actually almost left a 7-9 split on apparently a good shot. Has to hang in there with the 9-pin. The match is even.
I'm glad there was some paint on that bowling pin. Oh, that was pretty close.
Well, the players haven't shot many spares today, and obviously spares are not going to win this match, but you got to fill the frames. Scoreboard tells the story. If both players strike out, they'll tie at 279.
This man for his 14th title. He's seen that one before today. 210.
He's checking the big scoreboard, gigantic scoreboard here in the building, and he's trying to see what he has to do, and he has to go for it in the striking climate. Get the ball to the left of the 2-pin, let it slide over into the 10-pin. He must go for the split. You cannot depend on Dennis Horan making a mistake.
Big effort.
Appreciation to Brian, who went all out.
There's the scoreboard as everybody sees it in the auditorium. The underdog, Dennis Horan, who dominated this field at Eastway Lanes about 10 miles away before coming into the auditorium, now could take his own first title with some strikes.
Foundation Knights. There's a difference of 19,000 being first or second. 39 of 20 for Dennis, though. If he can, after 9 years, he is first. Mom and Dad.
They know the score. Dennis is on the threshold of winning his first title. He has to perform in the 10th. It's not lockjaws. Brian Voss could still shoot 256. Horan has to fill 17 in the 10th. Here we go.
Tournament of champions in 3 weeks. He'll be there. Brian, of course, will too. But for this today, there it is.
He'll be 267. Brett Voss can get is 256.
Good match.
What a great victory. What a nice compliment paid to Dennis Horan by Brian Voss. Good match. He knew he was out-bowled in that particular game.
And Brian will be there next week. He went from 4th last week to 2nd today. And he's finishing it out. But it was a big, whopping 267 in Erie for Dennis Horan from San Diego. We'll be back.
My Troy